Hello. So last night, well, basically all this week, I've been crazy busy with home events, showing the plan, getting out there, and really building this with all out aggressive action, and really getting into the field and really pushing it, pushing on the 2020 plan. I've just been for a business lunch, so excuse the tie, but we're getting it done, and we did not have a webinar last night like we usually do. So what I wanted to do was pre-record what I did want to feed back to the group. So it's going to be around a 30-minute call, 30-minute mentorship session. So take plenty of notes. The majority of my data, basically what I feed back to you guys, is the stuff that I do in my personal development, the stuff that I read, the stuff that I watch, and the one tip that I will give you today, and what we always say, and I keep saying it time and time again, is just the importance of the millionaire mentorship call. That is my main source of data, my main source of information now, where I go to really build this business and get better at what I'm doing. And because that is a free platform, and you've been taught, you've been mentored by people who have got what we've got, who have done what we're doing. So I'm humble enough to listen to what they're doing. What I want to feedback today is the David Imonitie call, and what I take away from it, and how I think it can relate to our group. And the key is just how new it is. And that's the first thing that I got from the call. Just it's a 6-year-old company, around 300 million sales, but we've got the top earners already brewing in this company. 7 of the top 10, don't quote me on that, it's about that, are in Organo Gold. And what we're going to get over the next 3 to 5 years, it's definitely going to be a legacy company. It's going to be a company that people look up to and really want to be a part of. And it's a very attractive company from a simple product. It's got great leadership, and to me that was just attractive. My core values are aligned with this company. I respect the leadership, I respect what it's about, I respect what the company's doing, and to me, I see it as the ideal opportunity for people moving forward. And what a second point to my first point there, what I took away from the beginning, is just how they had that much fast growth with no networkers in their business, and no real system. They had the 4 steps and the 4 questions, but that worked, and that got the company to a level of massive success. And what he really looked on is the type of knowledge you need to look at. And the quote that he looked at is this: it's desire plus skill times faith equals success. And to me that made sense. So the key is the types of knowledge you touched on as well, which number 1 is learn knowledge. You must learn the stuff that you need to do. And that's a variety of stuff. We're going to look into that as we go along the call, but you must learn, okay, and treat it as a business, treat it as a profession, and you'll get paid that way. The second type of knowledge is application knowledge. You must apply it. So whatever you're learning, you must therefore apply. It doesn't work if you just learn it and soak it in and don't apply it. So the application is there. And the third type of knowledge for me is to then teach it. You've got the ability to teach the information to your group and really get them moving forward as well. And that just tied in with me. And you've obviously then got modeling knowledge, what I do. I had no prior success in business. I did well at networking, but I mean, before that, I had no business. My background is personal training. And for me, I just modeled people who had what I had, and I did what they did. And I'm now being paid like that as well. So to me, that made perfect sense. And what I want to stress and get the point down today for the people who are watching this call is that it's key that we start running this like a multi-million-pound business and not like a hobby. And that's the key. And as he touched on, all roads are leading to Las Vegas in February, where the company are trying to get the calling it Project 50,000. So get researching that, get looking at what they're trying to achieve, and that's the key for me. And so what he looked at as well, and what I'm looking at, is now we've got this in our group, is organizational momentum. The group is growing at a fast rate. The group is duplicating, the group is moving. But what I want you also to look at and write this down is, what's your personal momentum like? What is your personal momentum like? You've got to be fired up. You've got to be excited. And you've got to develop that emotion that's going to move you forward in really building this business. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be highs and lows. But if you stay in the game for the 18 months, then it's ours for the taking. So 90 days now. I want you to write down 90 days on your paper. Underline it. Whatever you're going to do, 90 days of all out massive action. We touched on last week's call, the importance of the project. How many people are you going to put in your organization in the next 4 months? Is it project 15? Is it project 5,000 like mine? Set some big goals, set some big tasks, and let's close this year strong. November is going to be a massive month. December is going to be a big month. And then we're going to kick on into 2015. And I'm fired. I'm excited. So start setting goals for 2015. Let's get in gear. Let's set the stage for what we're going to achieve. We're all going to Manchester tonight to show the UK team what the dream team's about, what we're doing, and how much leadership we've got, and how many people were really, really motivated to fire into this, to make this happen, and to build a legacy for what we're doing. So to me, that excites me. November is the month to light the business on fire and to get super excited. And then I just want you to write the formula down, which I've already said. And the formula is, and this is mentorship basically tied into this formula, it's desire plus skills times faith equals the success that you want. And what I looked at first was the desire part. And this is the why. I always say this, it's the cheesy bit. Why are you doing it? Why are you doing the business? What motivates you to go out there, to get the no's, to get the yeses, to get the team moving forward, to give up your nights, to show the plan, to answer the calls, to do the Ubers, to do the FaceTimes, to do all this, do all that, make these calls. You need to have a strong why. That's your fuel to move you forward. You know what I mean? That's the burning desire of why you're doing it. And you must define what you want. And I write it down every single day. I'll write my goals down every single morning when I wake up, and I write my goals down every single night before I go to bed, because defining what you want is going to be the key. Do you know what I mean? I want more out of life, and this is my chosen vehicle to get there. And I'm excited and I'm fired up. So you need to write this down. What makes you happy? What makes you tick? What keeps you motivated? And take time to write these down. And what David touched on, which is key, and you want to teach this to your group when you're getting people started, is there's 6 steps to writing goals. 6 steps to writing goals. Number 1, you must have a goal. Most people do not have a goal. Most people just go day to day, day to day, day to day with no clear written goals. And to me, a goal starts from first in the mind. You then put it on paper, and it's then physically you've got to go make it happen. Okay, so mind, paper, physically go make it happen. Write these things down. So you've got, have a goal. Number 1, have a clear goal written down. Number 2, have a date of completion. When are you going to complete that goal by? Is it you're going to get your dual team? Is it you're going to get 10 new customers? Is it you're going to go sapphire? You know what I mean? It has to be realistic. You know what I mean? It touched on that as well. Set high goals, but realistic. You're not going to be crowned ambassador in the next 30 days. You know what I mean? But you can definitely do sapphire in 30 days if you put the work forward, put the effort forward. That's definitely achievable. But set little goals. Some people, it might just be getting your first customer. It might be getting your first business partner. It might be getting your first home event booked. It might be setting up an Uber, a FaceTime, a 2-on-1 meeting, whatever it is. Have that completed. So have that written down. When are you going to complete that by? Number 3 is identify any obstacles. You know what I mean? What is getting in your way? For me, is I was getting up early. I wasn't getting up early enough, and I recognized that was affecting my day, affecting my performance. So I started getting up early. Okay. What are your obstacles? Are you not good at reading? Could you be lazy? Could you be finding negatives in everything? What are the obstacles in moving forward? Do you have to become a better person like I had to become? Do you have to show the plan more? What are your obstacles? Have you got a fear of speaking? Whatever the obstacles are, write those down and definitely overcome them. So trace it, face it, and erase it. That is the key for me. Number 4 would be identify who are you going to work with. And what was discussed there was the Ruby retreat. No one in our group's got Ruby yet. That's my next goal, but he explained the purpose of Ruby, and it made sense. And if you've got to get Ruby, write this down, is you want to be going 20 to 24 wide. That's roughly 10, 12 each side. And 2 of them who go sapphire. It's all about creating sapphires, and that's what I've started to really understand, and that's what I'm going to really start working towards. Work with the willing who want to get to sapphire and want to make this happen. So identify who you're going to work with the willing. It's difficult to drag people over the line who sometimes, we've got to be honest, they take up all your time, they'll make the call, they'll moan, and then they'll just go back to putting the TV on. And I know some people do this. You've got to be able to work with the willing, work with people who have got that burning desire, that strong why, that willingness to learn, willingness to be coachable and teachable and move forward as a group, because it's so hard. I've done this by myself to try and drag people over the line. It's so difficult. So you've got that. Number 5 is, who's your champion? Who are you mentoring? Who's your mentor? Who is going to be a mentor? Is it going to be Holton Buggs? Is it going to be David Imonite? Is it going to be Mr. Steve Martin? Is it going to be Mr. Dave Doyle? Whoever you pick to be your champion, model those. And I highly recommend you pick someone within this organization. Again, I've been a culprit for following this, following that, following this, following that. Pick someone in Organo Gold who you look up to, you can relate to, and follow their lead. What we also need to look at is the skill set. Okay, skill set, and following the mentorship, you're going to definitely find those skill sets, and I'm going to touch on that a little bit later on the call. But the final point to the goals is number 6. You need a plan of action. Counsel with your coach or whoever is helping you out in this business, and have a plan of action. And this is going to be based on goals, and however big your goals are is going to be the amount of action that's going to be required. And I highly recommend that you go out there with all out aggressive action, you know what I mean, AAA it and get after it, because the numbers are in his favors. We've got an opportunity to really make this happen in the UK, and I'm super excited. And what we want to look at as well as a group is the 2020 vision, the 2020 plan. And the 2020 plan is, we're going to put, if we want to build this big, okay, and that's not for everybody, okay, but if you want to treat this as a business and build this big, and I believe anyone can do the 2020 plan. If you want to do if you want to get the fast track to diamond, then you want to be trying to do the 2020 plan in 6 months time, frame, sorry. And ask yourself, are you working towards the 2020 plan? Are you putting 20 on your left? Are you putting 20 on your right? And that's the key. And we're going to look at that a little bit later on, but that's the plan that I'm really working towards. And I'm doing that from following the systematic way of doing the 4 steps, showing the plan, learning the invitation process, which again, I'm going to touch on, and you'll hear the same things. It's like, you'll hear me say the same things over and over and over again. But ask yourself the question, what's in it for you if you can do the 2020 plan? What's in it for you? And define what you want. That is so key. I want, if anything, from the start of this call, I want you to define specifically on paper what you want and focus on the future. It's easy to moan. It's easy to be negative and say, listen, it's not happening the way it's meant to be happening. People are saying no, it's not working as fast, but focus on the future. And if your goals are that crystal clear and your goals are that strong, one no is not going to be the end of the world. I've got that much in my pipeline that one person saying no does not bother me one bit. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm heading. And because I'm always, focusing on the future, and that's key. And what you want to look at, and if you're serious about building this business, are you a star achiever? Are you a star achiever on the first day of the month? If you're serious about this business, why not build a culture centerpiece of being star achiever? And I've got access to everybody's back office. I can see everybody's volume. I can see what everybody's doing. And you cannot push the Star Achiever program if you're not Star Achiever yourself. And so if you're serious about this business and you're doing the steps which we speak about, which is getting 10 customers, getting people started right by wholesaling them coffee, you're going to need Star Achiever volume standard. It's gonna be needed. 30 boxes of coffee is gonna be needed to build the business if you're serious. Not everybody's gonna want to build it like that. Not everybody's gonna want to build it with that. Some people are just happy making an extra £100, £200 a month, and that's absolutely fine. But the people who are building, the people who want to grow this from a full-time business, from a business standpoint, this needs to be a minimum. We go on about it, and the company's been going on about it for the past 3 to 4 millionaire mentorship calls. The importance of Star Achiever, set an example, set a culture centerpiece where everybody on the 1st of the month has got that order in. Okay, the authorship goes out on the 5th and the 15th, but I'm going to start making that order every 1st of the month. Every 1st of the month. I've just ordered 2 cases of coffee because I'm stepping up. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to lead from the front. I think that's why we're making so much noise, that people are definitely out there now making this happen. And so just look at that and look in your group, how many people are on this Star Achiever program, and how are you recognizing that as a group? That's so important to me. How are you recognizing it? So I'm going to move now onto the skill set that's going to be needed. And from the call, there was 3 skills that were talked about, discussed, and I'm going to talk about those today, and I'm going to put my little spin on it and what I found in me working in this. So I didn't have no sales background, no business. I didn't know how to prospect. I didn't know how to invite. I was just a personal trainer. I had to learn these skills. I had to get good at them because I understood that if I could work on these skill sets, I could make a lot of money. I could make a lot of money. And number 1 skill, write this down, is prospecting. Prospecting is adding people to that list, learning the invitation process. If you're not good at the invitation process, reach out to someone who is and let them help you out. Okay, don't overthink it. We have the script, but for me, the invitation process is you've just got to be excited and tell someone else's story. Get really good at it. Use the script provided, but show excitement, show value. Okay, and that's so big. Listen to the Cash Cow CD. Listen to Eric Warrior's stuff. That's all on Dave's fantastic training platform that he's developed for us. Get on there. Make sure you're listening to that. You're drilling it. You're practicing it, and you put it into practice, because that's big. And adding people to the list. If you're new, you're going to start with your warm market or power base. People who want to see you win. People who want to make this happen for you. People who should want to help you out in business. So that's going to be your warm market. You're then going to work with your hot market. Your hot market to me is people who in your warm market put you in touch with someone else. You know what I mean? That's your hot market. And then you're going to have to work with your cold market. But let's definitely reactivate that power base. People who we know, like, and trust, who wants to see us win and want to help us out. So the success to me is in the invitation. This is the gateway tool. This is the tool to greatness. This is the tool to money, because if you can't get people in front of the information, whether it's giving an effective sample out, whether it's inviting to a home event, inviting to the presentation, inviting to a sit down, whatever it is, this is key. And if you can't get people effectively invited, then you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle. And that's a skill you need to really work on day in, day out. For me, and I still work on it, is what's my invitation process like? So yeah, touched on the Cash Cow CD. Get in with that. Being a hero, show value, take it away. These are all skills that you should be listening to the Cash Cow if you're following Dave's proven success system on his online platform. So let's set the stage. And what David touched on, which I liked, and this was fairly new to me, was don't go out there to prospect. Just go out there and live your life, and you'll attract people. Have natural conversations and be open, because if you go there with a stranglehold, you go for the throat, you're going to always struggle. And I truly believe what he said, that winners attract winners, and that's going to start from making yourself a better person. And that's what I had to do. And I knocked about with idiots. I drunk all the time. I partied and messed about, and I had to make myself a better person, and look like success, be presentable, how I dressed, how I carried myself, and these were keys. You know what I mean? And this is what you're going to see in business. You're going to see it's a big personal development journey. You're going to become a better person, and it's worth, to me, it's worth paying the money just to get involved, just for that. I've made good money, and all you guys will make good money, but the ability to become a better person for me is massive. what this it's changed my life in terms of a life skill and a skill set, and how I see life now. It's changing me every day, and I work on that every single day. I read, I listen to audio, and to me that's massive. Another skill is obviously, we've said, is you've got prospects, number one, but you then need to learn to present. And you might not present straight away, but presenting is just how you carry yourself. How do you speak? How do you talk to people? And you want to develop these skills, and you will never get good at anything unless you practice it. Like anything in life, if you do it again and again, and you repeat it, you drill it, and it's going to get better. You're going to get better at anything in life. It's like when you went to school, learned to swim, ride a bike, anything, any of those little things. If you keep drilling it and keep repeating it, it's going to get better. You're going to become better at it. So practice your craft, practice what's going to make you the money, show the plan, share the story, share the vision of where we're taking it, because people are going to buy into the vision, they're going to buy into you, and then they're going to buy into the vehicle of Organo Gold. So make sure that's strong, that's big, and be persistent and consistent with any form of activity. It's great. I see so many people that are up and down, up and down, up and down, and just be consistent with any form of activity. Write down your targets every day. What's going to be your method of doing it each day? Is it, I'm going to speak to 2 to 5. I'll read mine out here so you can see. I don't lie what I do. I have 15 prospects, 15, 25 prospects, personal prospects who I speak to and reach out to every single day. That's professional developing of leads. I'm going to attend the Manchester meeting tonight. I'm going to blog, which I'm doing now. I'm going to give out 5 physical samples of coffee, and I'm going to make 5 outbound or FaceTimes to current team members who are blowing it up or need help getting started. So I'm religious with that. You know what I mean? I'm religious with my activity, and I'm persistent. I'm consistent with that, and I'm trying to be. I try and I work on this. Is emotionally strong. And this is what I've said. Don't be up today, down tomorrow. Be emotionally strong, because treat it like a business. And you've got to be always on the game. Always on the game. And to me, that come from the professional development. That was so important to me. Not being up and down. When things were going right, I was in the game. And then when things were going wrong, I went missing. You've got to be in there. You've got to be in there in the trenches, battling on. And making this happen, because it's going to work if you're in there. If you're making it happen, it will work. So the third skill which I want to look at is promoting. Promoting to events, promoting things to your team, whether it's personal development, but utilize the events, and get team members to that. It's so important for me. We've got Monday Wheat Sheaf, Thursday with Danielle now, Friday we're in Manchester today. And this is going to go more and more and start utilizing these events, because beliefs built at events. You're going to be around winners. You're going to be around people who are making it happen, and that's so key. And that is so key to me. So yeah, we've got the desire. We've touched on that. So we've got the why. We've looked at the skills, and then you need to look at the faith, and the faith is the element that's needed. Knowing that it's going to happen. Okay, knowing that it's going to work. And the faith for me is, what are you saying to yourself every single day? I never used to do this, so I'm happy to teach this, because I would never have done affirmations. Look into that. That's what are you speaking to yourself? What are you speaking into existence? I would have never, ever, you wouldn't have dreamt me of doing anything like that. But I now speak positive affirmations every morning to research this, and faith comes from hearing. And the person that hear the most is you. The person that you will listen to the most is you. So have you got a successful mentality? Have you got a winner's mentality? Do you want to win? Are you going to be willing? Are you going to show the initiative? You're never going to quit. And let's work through this formula. Remember, the formula is desire plus skills times faith is going to equal the success that you need. And the goals want to be so big that yesterday died. And what that means when he said that is, your goals are going to be so big and so strong that anything that might have knocked you yesterday doesn't matter. Every day is a new day. Start a day the new day, and let's kick on with the 2020 vision and discipline your disappointments. You know what I mean? It's a business. It's a business, and you've got to discipline those disappointments. But I want to really now look at this 2020 plan, and I want you to draw this out and write this down, because it's so key, and I want us all to push for this 2020 plan over the next 6 months. That's going to lead up to April time. So let's have today as day one. Let's move on. Let's work with the willing, and let's put 20 left, 20 right, and moving forward. That's personal prospects, okay? 20 on your left, 20 on your right, and it's just the numbers are here. So from putting 20 left, 20 right, you're going to get 6 to 8 each side that quit. Just quit, okay? It's one of the mental enemies that you're going to look at is going to quit. 6 to 8 are going to incubate. Basically, they're going to think about it. They might order a bit of coffee. They might do a little bit. They might put a Facebook status because that's going to build the business. And they're going to incubate. They're going to think about it. But what you're also going to get from that is you're going to get 6 to 8 will build it. 6 to 8 will build it and want to go. So the thing for me is what I want you to write down is we're going to, if you go off a 1 out of 10 ratio to get that, you're going to have to expose 400 people to the opportunity. 400 people to the opportunity. And he looked at tools that we can use to expose people. We've got so much as disposal now with this group. We've got events, we've got Uvus, we've got FaceTimes, we've got Skypes, we've got sampling. Okay, get back to sampling. It's so key. We've got tools that I want you to check out. You've got the Right Now magazine. I'm going to buy a ton of tools for the group. I'm going to buy a ton. I'm going to look today to really get that down. I'll write that down here so I don't forget. Tools. How many tools are flowing through your business? Is flip charts? Is it how much coffee is flowing through your business? How many CDs? How many DVDs? What is flowing through your business? And look to that, because you're going to have to expose 400 people's opportunity. And as I've said, from that 6 to 8 will build this business either side. And from that, you're going to find 1 to 2 superstars. 1 to 2 superstars who go out there with the correct behavior, with the correct mentality, and really build this. And we all want to be aiming. I want you to write this down. I want you to write Sapphire down on paper now, and I want you to put a date. Put a date down when you're going to complete Sapphire. And what they said on the audio, which is true, is Sapphire is not just volume, okay? Yes, it's 14,000 volume, 2 consultants left and right, but it's behavior. It's behavior patterns, and this is the same. You're not going to get to diamond by luck. I mean, right time, right place, right people without opportunity, but it's going to require action and showing the plan 4 times a week, keep plugged in, following the 4 steps. And I think doing the 2020 plan in 6 months is a must, and I'm going to really kick back on and really get after this and really build this up. And I'm excited, I'm fired up about it. So I want you to also write down 10 goals that you want to accomplish, 10 goals that you want to accomplish in the next year, and take the time tonight to draw the perfect life out, what you want. And it'd be great to share this on the group. You know what I mean? That's highly motivating for me to see that, to see what you guys want, to really get that strong, unbreakable why down. And remember, all this is in his grasp. We're going to put 20 left, 20 right, 20 left, 20 right. I keep saying that. Keep saying it again and again and again. And you're going to have to make a decision. The serious ones are going to have to make a decision to really do this, to build a culture of winners, to breed winners. And to me, we've got a group of absolute animals who are in. It's just great to see. It's just great to see. We're attracting people with great mindsets, great work ethics, great personalities who are really going to be a benefit to this company as a whole in building the UK market. And to me, that excites me. So next 90 days, let's have a massive, massive push, big push, 90-day blitz, 90-day campaign. Write this down. We're going to be, in the next 4 weeks, we'll be having, I've designed a customer blitz to get us customer volume through the roof, get everyone drinking Organo Gold products. So get that. That will be made official soon. But in closing, we need to ask ourselves the question, is your group, are you aligned with the 4 steps? Are you aligned with the 4 steps? And to me, the first one, I've said it already, are you Star Achiever? Because if you're following the 4 steps and you've got your 10 customers, you're giving your samples out every day, you're wholesaling and you're retailing, you're gonna need Star Achiever. And if you're not, that wants to be top of the list in the goals of when are you going to accomplish Star Achiever, and not just once, but be consistent with the Star Achiever program. So put it down and write this down. Do you have step 1 completed of the 4 steps? Are you a star achiever? Do you have your 10 customers? Are you sampling? Or are you going to get it done? Or are you just going to make excuses? You know what I mean? And we touched on last week that people moan about saying that the coffee costs the money. It's the coffee that makes you the money in this business. We're in the coffee business, and you're going to need coffee. You're going to need coffee to build the business, and you want to treat it like that. I know sometimes we're swapping and sharing coffee, but we don't want to see that as much. We want people with their own product. And as leaders, you should be giving you guys enough coffee to get started, and making sure that we're in the coffee business, because if you've got no coffee, you're not in business. And so make that important, make that a culture centerpiece, that we've all got coffee on hand and be ready for that explosion. Be ready for when someone comes in who wants to blow it up, and be ready. So ask yourself, are you ready? And I want you to tick that off. If you think you've got step 1 completed, put a big tick. Step 2 is obviously building the list. Do you have a list of prospects you're going to expose to this month? Okay, not just the list that you built when you started because your sponsor told you to do it. Have you got a list of people you're working with, prospecting, nurturing leads, and who are you going to expose to the opportunity this month? Who are you adding to the list? Okay, who are you going to expose to this opportunity, and go and spend time with people who you want to attract to the business? We discussed this in the mentorship call. You're not going to build a business just sat at home. You're not going to build the business just sat on Facebook. Go to the nice affluent areas. Go to places where people who you want to attract into the business are going to be, and go there and just discuss, have a conversation, go there, have a cup of coffee, and just, you know what I mean, be there. And ask yourself the question, you need to write this down, is who do you want to do business with? And keep adding these sort of people to your list, and building the list. Originally, once you first start, it wants to be 100 strong, 100 people, and you want to expose these people. This is everything, you know what I mean? So exposing people, that is the bread and butter. We must be exposing people. The fortune is in the follow-up, and then you work with the willing. Expose people, fortune's in the follow-up, and work with the willing. And exposing could be as simple as giving them a free cup of coffee and then following up. How did it taste? How did it make you feel? Do you want to buy a box? You know what I mean? Just don't say that, but I'm saying that's the simplicity of this business. We're finding people who already drink caffeinated drinks. People are already drinking it. They're already drinking Starbucks, Costa, Nescafe, Red Bull, Rockstar, 5 Hour Energy, all that anyway. So we've got a better product that we can simply get them to try for free, and then we keep excited, and we keep exposing more and more people. So be excited about the future, and have it mapped out. What do you want specifically out of this business? What do you want? What are you going to do? And on that list, you touched on the 4 checkers. So we want to be working with people who have influence, who are coachable, teachable, and humble. The self-starters, they'll go out there and do it. You don't need to drag them, kick them, scream them. And they've got a means to get started. So focus on solutions, not problems. And remember, what you focus on expands. And if you keep saying to me, to your upline, to whoever, I don't know anyone, or I can't find anyone, you're speaking that into existence, it's going to happen. If you say to yourself, I'm going to find people today, I'm going to attract winners, I'm going to attract sapphires, I'm going to attract a leader to my organization today, instead of finding these excuses and complaints. Okay, it wasn't easy for me. I didn't come from any influence, I didn't come from any business background, any money. I had to do it my own way. I had to lend the money off my mum to get started. But I've made it happen, you know what I mean? And remember, what you focus on expands. What you focus on expands. Write that down. You become what you think about. The Strangest Secret, Earl Nightingale. Get the book, get the audio. It's a 30-minute audio. Changed my life. Listen to that. And step 3 is showing the plan. Step 3 is showing the plan. Home events, CGMs, whatever you want to call them, okay? Inviting friends round to share the opportunity, to share the story, to share a cup of coffee or tea, hot chocolate, whatever it is. Skypes, meetings, 2-on-1s, 1-on-1s, Uvus, with the most socially connected generation ever. It's never been easier to build this business. There's other businesses that have started in the 50s who have built it into the billions. We're the most socially connected age ever, with the easiest product to market I have ever seen. Okay, ever seen. So we just need to show the plan again and again and again and again and again and again. And I want to quickly show you this. I put it on the group today, but I just want to get it up and show you. It's this. It's, I don't know if that's the right way, but basically that says, there's no secret. I simply showed the plan to 1,200 people. 900 said no. 300 signed up. Out of those 300, only 85 did anything at all. Out of those 85, only 35 were serious. And out of those 35, 11 people made me a millionaire. So exposing people to this opportunity, that is the key. And you go from showing the plan. You're never going to be perfect straight away. You're going to get people who help you out, but you're never going to be perfect at showing the plan. So the goal should be to get better and better and better, get better as a leader, and don't go out there just to sign people up. Be the message, be the messenger, be the message. Okay, that is it. Be the message. You're just sharing a simple message, okay? Don't you make yourself the issue, okay? Mess that up, but that is the key. We're just sharing the vision, sharing the story of what we've got, and that's really important to me. So this week, I want you to take a checklist here and write these down. How many events, meetings do you have set up? How many home events, meetings do you have set up this week? How many sit downs do you have set up this week? 2-on-1s, 1-on-1s? Do you have 4 home events booked in? And are you plugging into a proven success system? Are you plugging into the Millionaire Mentorship call? Are you being a self-starter and seeking out the help that you need instead of just begging and asking for it? Okay. Are you going to support the weekly events? Are you going to be on the webinars with guests? Okay. And the best way to keep retention in your business is to get your business partners plugged into personal development. And trust me, a great start is a Millionaire Mentorship call. That is a great start. So be the person who teaches the group the right way, the right stuff, but be an example for your group. I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't teach you guys anything that I wasn't willing to do myself. So be the person who builds a business. And what he touched on was just to finish up, this is the last point now, is the 3 laws of building. I want you to write this down, the 3 laws of building. So the first law of building is, a recruit is not a recruit until he's got his dual team. That's getting 2 people, okay? And you're going to do that from doing the 4 steps with them. If you work people through the 4 steps, there's no shadow of doubt in my mind why you wouldn't have dual team in 30 days of business. Yeah, there's no shadow of doubt. If you can honestly say you followed the 4 steps, followed the training system that Dave's put, I find it very hard to see you're not having a dual team set up. So I really want you to look back over those 4 steps. Goal number 2, or law number 2, is a leg of business. So that's someone who you've started, a leg of business. It's not a leg of business until it's 4 levels deep. 4 levels deep. And if you go 4 levels deep, you're going to find a superstar. You're going to find someone who can build it. It might not necessarily be the person you brought in. I've seen great examples where people maybe 2-3 levels deep from me are the ones who go out there and really build this big. So work with the willing. Sometimes it's not always the people you bring in. You must be driving that line deep. And law 3 is, it's not a team until it's 8 levels deep. And every time you take a leg of business 8 levels deep, it will pay you for the rest of your life. It will pay you for the rest of your life. If you build a strong foundation, it will pay you for the rest of your life, from a commodity as simple as coffee. So let's go out there. Let's really build this over the next 6 months. Let's really work towards the 2020 plan. Remember, all things are possible for those that believe. Ask yourself, where's your belief level out of 10? How are you going to build on that belief level? What are you reading? Who are you listening to? Who are you associating yourself with? Who are you putting yourself around? And if you believe that it's going to happen, I guarantee you'll be the person who's taking the action, who's making the calls, who's doing the home events, who's doing the meetings, who believes they can go diamond, and who believes that they're going to be successful. And if it's you, it's up to you. It's not your upline. It's not the business. It's up to you to make this happen, and you will determine your level of success. And I know where I'm going. I know where the number of the team's going, and I know what's going to happen. And the key is just to believe. And we're going to leave it there today. Don't focus on the past. Focus on the future. Josh Maskell signing off. See you at the top. See you at Manchester tonight, guys.